It's gonna be.
This ain't your grandpa's ham radio, no sir. Grab your rig, hit the trail, mindset on fire. Parks on the air, we're activating the wire. Summits on the air, climb high, scream CQ, portable power. No shack, just me and you. Experiment wild, break the old rules. Contesting pile-ups, we're owning the fools. No age limit here, it's a state of mind. Kids table rebels, leave the boring behind. Heavy signals, crashing down. CQ, own the town. POTA, soda, contest roar. Ham radio, kids table forevermore. Beat, poop, bang, waves in the fight. This is our revolution, turn it up tonight. Kids table, not your grandpa's ham radio, your future on the air. QRT out.
What's up?
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Ham Radio Kids Table. It is another one tonight, and you're gathered around. Well, I don't know, Vince. What are you drinking here, buddy?
Dude, I am drinking the same as I always do: soda water.
Oh, I kind of look
like getting something.
Soda water neat in the cup, you know.
Oh,
with
there we go.
The Ham Smarter sticker and the N7KOM Dank sticker.
No coax left behind. Love that.
No coax left in this vehicle overnight instead of no cash left in this vehicle overnight. Yeah. I mean, I've got it adorned with all the right stickers. You know, there's
almost
Crusaders, Sebastian.
There we go.
Giftins. Well, I only have room for so many.
Yeah.
Right. There we go.
Well, you can cover up that FEP Labs one there.
No, I can't. I promised.
Just leave a little part so people know what it is.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, hey, everybody, welcome tonight. Tonight we have a guest, Donnie, that is with us from Ham Radio Launchpad. And if you guys aren't familiar with his channel, we'll get the links in there. But what in short Donnie is doing is going on a 1-year POTA rove, and all of his adventures in between. And Mike, or Kevin, as we like to call him, the traveling ham, is done something very similar with his family, and so we thought we'd get him on here, talk about it. And as many of us are going to be actually hitting the road here in the next couple of weeks to start heading down to the Huntsville area. So, but Donnie, welcome.
Hey, thank you, Tim. Thanks for having me on.
Well, you're quite welcome. I did have some business I wanted to get into early tonight. If you guys have not heard already, Kyle has posted a website, Kyle AA0Z, for the cookout down at Monsanto. You would think I'd say that, but be able to say that.
And the fact that you've been there before,
more than once.
More than once.
I think technically I might be able to claim residency that I've been there more than once.
Well, that doesn't sound good, Brian.
Oopsie.
Stuff's going on. Don't worry about that.
Real quick here, we'll get links to this in the chat there. But the Monsanto YouTubers cookout. So if you are going, apparently the support for this has been pretty busy, and I think as of last night, Kyle had posted a video, and we'll get a link to that in there that talks a lot more, not only about getting set up for this, but also where to park, things to bring, stuff like that. But about 150 people so far have already signed up. There are 75. The pavilion itself holds 75 people as far as seats in the pavilion. That is at tables underneath the shelter, but there is plenty of open area around the pavilion area if you have not been there before. It is a POTA. It is a soda. People will have antennas set up, equipment. So there is plenty of fun things to do. So what I would suggest if you're there is to bring a chair, bring a couple chairs, but also if you are interested in eating, Kyle would like for you to get this filled out here, there's no cost for this. They are asking for donations. And there's also on here this red banner that says help support the cookout. And there are some QR codes, PayPal and Venmo that are there. Any donation will help. There's no like set minimum amount or anything. You can also bring cash there too. But big thing is to make sure you are registered. That way they can account for the food. Last year we ran out of like meat, but had tons of desserts and stuff like that. So, and they had to throw some stuff away because obviously we're not in an area where everybody could just keep it. Right. So, yeah, that's the big news for tonight. So make sure you get signed up for that, fill that in. And then, once again, the QR code's in here for PayPal donations and Venmo. Any money that is above the amount that it takes to cover the cost of the food and the event and everything, we will donate to a Youth on the Air activity. As of last night, Kyle had not picked that. In years past, it had been the Teachers Institute for the league. Since Steve Good Game has left the league, not sure what the status of that program is. So we're looking at another youth program this year to support. Please, if you've got a few extra bucks, please donate it to there. So.
I've got
If you have
his.
any suggestions on what group to donate to, I think Kyle said he's open to suggestions.
Yes.
If you look on my profile pic there, I've got Kyle's YouTube channel up, and he's got a recent video called YouTuber Cookout that gives you details and kind of tells you things you're getting close to the wire and what to be looking out for, what to do, and stuff like
And
that. Parking.
the links are already in the chat.
Yep.
Good.
Frank and I both did it.
He's on it. Good.
So is Frank here?
He is going back to bed. He popped in for a little bit, dropped a few links, and just went back to bed.
All righty. Well, thank you, Frank. So, Donnie, you mentioned you were up heading. Where were you at? Towards Michigan right now?
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm having a night tonight.
no worries. We're in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin right now.
I think I need to change my mic cover. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, give us a chance to take our phones off before you do that next time. Okay, thanks.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, hey?
Yeah.
Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Yeah, we actually have been on this rove for about 2 weeks now. Pulled out of Texas 2 weeks ago, and we're trying to get to Upper Peninsula, Michigan. Probably going to get there this weekend, and then go east to the New England states and try to see as much as we can before the cold weather creeps in. So by the time November rolls around, we want to be in Florida where we won't freeze to death. So
what did you guys leave in Texas, Donnie? Do you have a home that you're keeping back there for a year, or what's the situation there?
Nah, we sold our place in Texas. We were living in an apartment temporarily until we could work out all the details to do this trip. So we have a bunch of stuff in storage there, but no place to go back to.
All in, buddy. I love it.
Yeah.
So very, very similar to your story, Mike.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just see if he actually stops after a year, if they just decide to keep going.
That's going to be totally up to my wife, to be honest.
So is it just you and your wife, or do you have kids with you too, or?
No, it's just the two of us.
Two of you guys?
Yeah, our trailer's pretty small, so it's. I don't think we could fit anybody else in it, honestly.
What kind of a trailer are you guys pulling?
It's a 21-foot Gulfstream Envision travel trailer.
Okay.
Yeah, that's small.
Yeah, it's just big enough for the two of us, but nobody else.
And are you guys working while you're on the road, or?
So I've been kind of saving up for this trip for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So living off of savings while also building up the YouTube channel and things like that. But yeah, not working at the moment. I'm joyfully jobless.
Joyfully, I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. So what does your, I'm assuming the goal is trying to stay either close to or in state parks then that you can activate from, or?
Yeah, it's really convenient to just open the door and activate from right outside the trailer. And I've been able to do that probably about half the time so far on the trip.
Mhm.
But if we can stay at a state park or a national park, I'm definitely trying to book those.
Okay. How far in advance are you booking your trips or your stays, or are we just doing it kind of here's the next couple or just here's the next one?
So I'm trying to book 3 to 4 weeks ahead. You guys probably already know there's disadvantages to booking things too far ahead. I kind of have a rough skeleton for the next 12 months all planned out, but I'm only booked up probably about 3.5 weeks from now, up through the Finger Lakes region of New York. So,
of which Mike into MAK, I think is in the Finger Lakes area. So I'll have to get you in contact with him. So when you're out there going at point.
Finger Lakes is very pretty. Mike is about 2 hours from there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Donnie, walk us through, I mean, what's this year going to look like? I mean, just walk us through your travel real quick, your general plan for the whole year.
Okay. So the general plan was to leave from Texas and then head up through Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, and then Wisconsin, then Michigan next. Then we're going to go east and either going to cut through Canada or drop down and go through Cleveland, Ohio, and go to Cuyahoga Valley National Park. And then if we do that, then we're going to go up through Erie and then spend some time at Niagara Falls. Then we're going to go to the Finger Lakes area, like I mentioned. And then by September, we plan to be in Acadia National Park. And then we're going to go down to Boston. My wife and I are kind of history buffs, so we want to catch as much Revolutionary War history stuff as we can. So we're going to spend at least a couple weeks in Boston and just continue working our way down towards the DC area. I have some family that lives there. So there are definitely things we want to see in Virginia and Pennsylvania and that. So DC is going to kind of be a hub for a lot of that stuff. And then we want to get down to Florida, like I said, before it gets too cold. And then eventually work our way across the South, back to Texas to take care of a little bit of business. And then we're going to head over west through New Mexico, Arizona, Nevada, California. One of my kids lives in Los Angeles, so we're working our way that way. And then eventually we're going to end up in Colorado, which is where we're probably going to settle down at the end of the trip. So that's kind of the rough skeleton of it.
So this is really just one big, long, extended move.
It kind of, yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, there's closer routes, maybe a little cheaper on fuel, but I understand the whole.
Definitely the scenic route.
Yeah, what I'm hearing is you want to check out all the different grocery stores in the neighborhood between Texas and Colorado.
Grocery stores and laundromats.
And laundromats.
Yeah.
There we
You're
go.
putting traveling Ham to shame.
Certainly in a year, that's for sure.
Mike doesn't go to laundromats from what I hear. So, KA2 AUB's World said that the New York State, I'm assuming the department, the New York State's Parks Department, State Forest have free primitive camping.
Awesome.
I've stayed in one. Yep.
And
Awesome.
Oris
Thanks for the
Candy,
tip.
New York, Revolutionary War battlefield. You can activate it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
Donnie, you've talked a lot about activating parks all along this trip. I mean, are there other things that you're planning on doing as well? I mean, certainly you're going to be seeing some sites, I'm sure, but I mean, is POTA driving a lot of this trip?
POTA's driving kind of the destinations, but we're obviously checking out a lot of stuff every place we stop. Like here in Fond du Lac, for example, it's right at the bottom of Lake Winnebago. It's the largest lake in Wisconsin, largest inland lake, I should say. And it's beautiful. And they have a lighthouse there and a covered bridge and, an amazing park. So, yeah, I mean, everywhere we go, we try to shoot video and, I like to fly my drone and try to get aerial photography wherever I can get away with it. So, yeah, so it's mostly photography, sightseeing, POTA, and laundromats.
Laundromats. Gotta love the laundromats.
Yep.
Now, is your wife licensed, Ham, or?
No, she's not.
She's not. Okay.
Unfortunately, no.
Any interest in it, or?
Nope, none whatsoever.
If she loves you, she'll do it.
Yeah, if she loves you, she'll do it.
Hey, Brian, is your wife licensed?
No.
No.
Well, if she loves you, she'd do it.
Glad to see it's working
She'll
out
love
for
me.
you, Brian.
It's a relationship of convenience. So, no, I'm just kidding. She loves me.
Jody suggests a search for hole in the wall diner quests.
Oh, heck yes.
Mm-hmm.
I travel a lot for work, and there's typically two things that I like doing: is finding some local kind of establishment for food and finding a local beer. And I don't drink a whole lot, but just one beer or two of some local flavor everywhere I go.
Yeah, I love that. I get little stickers. I collect stickers for breweries.
I hadn't thought about that one.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Put them on my keezer. I've got a kegerator. Stick them on.
Oh, there you go. Is that in the back of the alley cab?
Yeah, I wish. It's a little too big. I got to make size choices.
What I'm hearing is you're not trying hard enough.
No, I do have beer in the fridge though. Back there, it's just not the keezer.
Get a pony keg.
Yeah.
Thing, kegerator.
Mm-hmm. Little 12-volt cooler. I could do that.
I've got a couple of those actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I take it with them when I travel. So all told, Donnie, if you had to make a guesstimate, how many miles do you think you're going to end up traveling throughout this journey?
That's a great question.
Now, I'm sure you've got some loose estimates, but make a prediction and let's see when you get done where how close you are.
So I just pulled up my the RV Life app that I had the trip kind of planned out in, and it says 22,403.
Wow, definitely.
Do you have somewhere where we can track like where you're currently at in the area, or?
It's like, go sub to this YouTube channel. Watch the video.
Yeah.
Ham alert.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you
Actually,
go. Ham alert.
Yeah, I'm dropping those details on Patreon with behind the scenes videos and pics and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't have like a live travel map or anything set up.
Okay.
That's a good idea though.
That'd be fun to have that kind of kept up with on Facebook or something like that. You don't have to be like really close to where you're at, but just a general idea, like what state you're in. And you're probably already doing that. I don't know. That'd be cool.
Jody also suggests you could just ping out through APRS.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can find, but Mike.
There's HF APRS, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've heard of it.
Okay.
Yep.
That'd be a good way to do it.
Yeah, guys do it on 30 meters usually.
I gotta try that.
That could be one of your digital modes, Mike, for digital mode revival.
Well, maybe. Can you make contacts through? I mean, I guess you could send messages back and forth through. That'd be something to try.
You absolutely can make messages through APRS. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sounds like that's a challenge.
There's an idea. I don't think I'll bring that up for next week, but that would be an interesting one to try.
And you could POTA, or you could POTA with it.
Only if there's no internet infrastructure involved. If it's being decoded directly over HF, that'd qualify.
Oh, that's true. That's true. We would be violating that.
Yeah.
But you'll know that by the path it follows.
Yeah. You'd have to set it so it wouldn't skip at
so
all.
it'd be one hop.
Yeah. I can't imagine
Or
that
zero hop. Yeah.
There's a lot of eye gates on HF, but I may be wrong.
Oh, there are some.
Oh, are there?
Yeah, my friend, my silent key friend Jerry V6AB used to do HF APRS and talk about it. And there's people with eye gates on 30 meters.
Well,
yeah.
It's like I needed to go do something then.
There you go.
Yeah.
Donnie, I've been watching for you on Ham Alert. I see a lot of FT8. Is there a time you think you'll maybe do any voice activations or any other mode, or you pretty much an FT8 guy?
Pretty much FT8. Honestly, it's a lot less stressful for me. I'm tempted once in a while to try to do phone, but I'm just wondering what it would be like if there was like a pileup and with everybody trying to talk to me at the same time, and I'm not exactly sure how I would handle that, to be honest.
Just like you would with any other pileup, one at a time. You call what you hear, and if people get pissy, screw them.
Yeah, generally they don't. This isn't as bad like a contest, but if you heard a bunch of noise, like if everybody was shouting out their call signs at one time, you'd probably hear a letter, either like a KD or a KA or N9 or whatever, and you just go, okay, N9 station, go ahead, and then they'll call a full call sign again, and it's not that bad.
Yeah, so you're almost acting like net control a little bit.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Doing a net, it's like the same thing, because you tell people, like, all right, who wants to check in? And you have multiple people coming to you at once. They all want to be the first few. You got to just like, my ears are a little bit crazy because there's like wiring that's been disconnected from my ears to my brain, so I don't hear everything correctly. I'll get things backwards and dyslexic stuff. But if I hear something, that's what my brain kind of latches onto, like one thing, despite hearing other stuff. Getting a little bit better at hearing other things and noting those down. But I think it's fun being in the bottom of a pileup and everyone's calling you. I kind of get a lot of adrenaline from it too. So it keeps me going, keeps me wanting to keep making more contacts. But definitely you should start doing voice and getting used to being the person being contacted in the pileups, because then you're just like, okay, cool, do another activation. Maybe I'll have a pileup, maybe I won't. And when it happens, you're just like, you just go with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It can be exciting and fun, and honestly, into when you build up a steady regular cadence of activating, you'll have people that are kind of looking for you, right? And as soon as they see you, you'll get the pileups and stuff like that. But in the beginning, until that happens, it's gonna what is Jody saying?
It'll be a slog.
Oh, but what's the matter, Mike?
Mine doesn't work.
Your thumb up thing doesn't work?
I guess not.
Oh,
Bummer.
So you try turning it up?
I think Tim's got it turned off.
No, I don't. That's a you thing.
Tim was bedazzling himself over there.
I was bedazzling. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
There we go.
Yeah, it's funny. I get all locked up when the few times that I've run FT8 and I call CQ POTA on FT8, all of a sudden there's like 7 or 8 red bars that stack up on top of each other, people talking to me, and I get all locked up, and then I get all worried about, what am I supposed to do? Because I'm not an FT8 guy, so it's just the flip side of the coin, I suppose.
There's a setting, at least there used to be a setting that you could tell it just to automatically take the furthest one or the closest one or the biggest highest. Really? Yeah.
Now it's just like call back the first, I think, is the setting.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean it's definitely fun and it's an exciting activity.
So Donnie, what kind of gear do you set up? Do you like pull it out on the picnic table and erect it each time? Is it mounted into your trailer? Tell us more about the gear you're using.
Yeah, it's all portable. So I have a Yaesu FT710 field, and the antenna is a Buddy Stick Pro, and I have a Bioenno LifePo battery. So if I keep everything charged, and a Dell laptop as well. But if I can remember to keep everything charged, I usually don't have any issues. I just pull it out, set it up on the picnic table. yeah, it's been working great.
And is that Buddy Stick Pro? I'm unfamiliar with it. I mean, I know it's great quality. Is that a ground mounted vertical or is that an elevated mounted vertical?
Elevated.
So it's elevated. Yeah, it has tripod legs.
And so, all right. How many radials do you use?
Just one.
Just one.
It comes
And
with one.
Is
It comes
it
with-
elevated? Is it elevated or is it draped on the ground?
It
Your
is
radial.
elevated. The radial is elevated as well. It has these cool little colored indicators on the radial cable, and you just unwind it to the band that you're working on, which I'm usually on 20 meters, but
Nice.
it doesn't come with the elevation mechanism for the radial. I had to try a few different things. I tried a hiking stick at first, that didn't work, and I eventually landed on I guess you would call it like a rifle holder stand. It's like this collapsible cross thing so that actually works perfect. You can just pop it right out, it assembles itself, and then just lean it back a little bit, and it keeps the radial nice and tight and off the ground.
Don, it's like I put my bayonet on my M1 Garand and I stab it in the dirt, and then I flip up the butt plate and I use that as the hanger, and I do that for mine.
What?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And so how much power do you typically run?
I usually run it at about 60%. So 55, 60 watts, something like that.
All right.
That'll get you out there.
What's the furthest state you've activated, or the furthest station you've activated while you've been out doing POTA?
So far it's been Argentina.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, it was about I want to say 5,500 miles.
Wow.
Yep, depending on where in the country. I think I've hit the northern part of Argentina. Pretty cool and exciting when you get like that part of South America, or actually mostly any part of South America, except for Venezuela.
Argentina's in mourning right now. I don't even know if they're on the radio right now. The old World Cup.
Oh, yeah.
So you mentioned primarily 20 meters. So you do most of your activations during the day then, or?
Yeah, either in the morning or the late afternoon.
Whenever you roll out of bed.
Yeah. It depends on where we are and what's going on. And, it's our schedule is so flexible, and I'm totally not used to this. But it's nice to be able to just go out and get on the air whenever I want to now.
Have you already gotten Alaska and Hawaii, or is that in the works?
I got them before this trip.
Awesome.
I've worked all states and stuff. But
well, I mean, activate. Yeah. Have you gone up there to activate?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
So that'll be next on the list. You got to get to Alaska and Hawaii, and then you'll have the trifecta. You'll have the whole shebang.
So what did you activate?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, it sounds like I need to plan another trip. I'll stop talking.
What did your activate all states look like before this trip?
I first got into POTA probably 2023, 2024, something like that. And I kind of went crazy with it for like 6-9 months up until the big Logbook of the World debacle that happened. So then I stopped because I couldn't upload my logs anymore there, and I kind of got out of it for a little while until recently. But yeah, when I was doing that kind of stretch of activations and hunting a lot more, I got several awards. That was one of them.
Cool.
And you primarily activating in Texas?
Yeah, I was until just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Where were you at in Texas?
We were in the Austin area, Georgetown, Texas, in particular.
Okay. Did you know Jimmy? What was that? KD5 PR?
Yep.
K5 PRK.
PRK. He's on here every once in a while, and he lives in the Austin area too. It's pretty active POTA activator.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't had the pleasure.
That's got to be fun. That's got to be fun finding new states. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's got to be fun going to each state and just getting excited about activating that first state, for the first time. Yeah. Have you ever get to the state and just conditions are just crap, solar propagation and you can't get her done, and
you make it, you get it done one way or another. You do it until you get your 10 contacts and have a successful activation before you leave.
I bet with FT8, have you ran into a problem like that? Because I can't imagine having too much of a problem with it, but unless we're absolutely blacked out.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had any issues. I mean, I think it's designed to handle crappy conditions like that.
Yeah,
but
that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, I've had other issues. I haven't had any rainouts or anything on this trip, but I was activating. Actually, it's Table Rock Lake State Park last week. I had 9 contacts in the activation, and then all of a sudden, the campground lawnmower guy showed up right at our campsite, and my antenna was set up in the tall grass where he was going to mow, and I was like trying to hurry up and get number 10, so that I could wrap it up and move all my stuff out of the way. I ended up having to just grab the antenna, pull everything out of his way, let him mow, and then come back out, set it back up again, and finish it.
I've had that happen to me before. I'm out playing POTA, and I got my radials out on my vertical 17-foot whip. Mower comes by and just takes out the radials.
Oh.
I'm like, what are you doing? So
that's one of the first things I look at when I set up at a new site is, has the grass been mowed recently?
Mm-hmm.
For just that reason.
Will I get ticks?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah, that would be bad. Yeah, I'm sure you guys have some stories, of POTA activations gone wrong.
No, that never happens to us.
Just a few, but
never.
I mean, I spent I was driving back from Virginia, and I stopped in Maryland, and at a campground that was a state park, and for some reason I just couldn't make any contacts. I could hear people, they couldn't hear me, and I was struggling. It was like 2.5 hours. And yes, I was going to get the activation completed. I was going to be there until I got it done. And I did. But lo and behold, eventually I did. And I was trying everything trying to get contacts, even just getting into nets and stuff like that, or contests, whatever's going on. And lo and behold, my trusted antenna at the time had malfunctioned. The screws between 2 different sections were brass, and the thread stripped and wasn't making the connection. I didn't even know it. Until the following activation, where I actually noticed it. And I was like, no wonder it took 2 hours for 2 activations each. Yeah, it happens. I've had the antenna been blown down, at least that antenna at the time, blown down on top of my car with a big thud. And it's been interesting. Interactions with a conservation officer from Virginia. But yeah, there's been a few.
Yeah, I had one in Texas that I didn't get to finish because the Anderson power pole connector between my radio and my battery melted mid-activation.
Oh.
Yeah, I started to smell something funny, and I was about 4 contacts in, and then the radio just shut off. So I was like, "Whoa!"
So they're not supposed to do that.
I know. Yeah, it was a DIY job that I went back and fixed after.
All right. So are you team solder or team crimp?
For the Anderson connectors?
Yes.
Crimp.
All right. All right. Good answer. Yeah, you could be.
So I was down in Texas, and I was activating a park in the kind of the Dallas area. This police officer pulled up behind me, and he was there for a while. I was just parked doing my thing, so he was literally blocking me, and so I stopped my CW operation, and I poked my head out, kind of I get out of the car. I'm like, hey, which, getting out of the car is never a good idea, but he didn't seem like he was in a hurry for anything, or I'm not sure what he was there for until I got out. I'm like, hey, is there something wrong or everything okay? He's like, well, your plates, they show as stolen auto. And, and I'm in the Tundra, by the way. And, he's like, yeah, he goes, your plates show as stolen. And I'm just trying to put together the pieces. And he's digging through his mobile data terminal, his laptop. And he's like, oh, okay. He goes, well, the designation for these plates that you have are antique vehicle plate. And mine are firefighter plates, right? So I'm like, well, clearly there's a discrepancy. He goes, yeah, but your plate number matches exactly, and that antique car is never going to expire on its tags in Kansas. So you will forever be worried about a felony traffic stop on the highway or wherever you're at, because guys on the highway patrol or whatever, they're not digging through seeing what kind of designation plates you have. They're just looking at the plate number. And they got on the phone with Lawrence, Kansas. That was the place. It was a moped that was stolen. With my tag number.
Antique plates.
So it's clearly not a moped.
Very important details.
Yeah. So, that prompted me to get my license plate changed to my Ham Radio call sign. But that happened, and it put a pretty big damper on my Parks on the Air activation there. Funny story.
Ooh, man.
I think most of my issues have been related to propagation, and mostly summer doldrums, where I just get out somewhere and just nothing is working. And Donnie, on top of working now in the summertime, I think these next several activations that you have, as you're going from where you are now over to Maine, you're going to be in summer months, and you're at a higher latitude. And Vince can tell you all about that. At a higher latitude, all those summer doldrum symptoms are more severe. So you'll have probably your most challenging activations from that. As I went back, I had a video where I went back and looked at all my failed activations, and it turned out they were all in summertime, and most of them were at high latitude.
Above 45 degrees.
Yeah, well, even getting up above 40, I noticed a decent difference. But I don't know how
much
you guys
that
can,
well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we just live with it. I mean, I ain't got much choice, right? If I'm going out in the middle of the day, I suck it up.
I've
what
never
I generally
had-
do is I try to get out before 8 a.m. local or after 5 p.m. local, and then the doldrum period is outside of that, or between 8 and 5.
You said
I've
40.
never-
What's the line between U.S. Canada? Is that the 49th?
49th.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go with 45 then. That does sound right. Yeah.
Yeah, because parts of southern Ontario. So here's an interesting geographical fact. Take a look at your map. Parts of southern Ontario are farther south than northern California is north.
Yeah.
And so even down in those parts, I would see summer doldrums, but it's only about a 4-hour window when I'm in southern Ontario. When I'm here, it's 9.
I've never seen the summer doldrums. It's always been the weather for me. It's either raining or too hot and humid. And if it's like that, I just worry about bringing a fan or trying to find shade to do my activation in and out of the direct sunlight. Never have I ever in the past 5.5 years, worried about or even thought about summer doldrums. I didn't even know that was really a thing.
What latitude are you at?
Longitude 39 degrees.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. You're pretty far south. And you're on the East Coast, so you're hearing Europe.
Yeah, at times.
Those of us in the middle of the continent.
Yeah.
We're not hearing our, overseas neighbors nearly as much.
Well, yeah, there's times where I don't hear anything from Europe.
Sure,
or other DS places. I mean,
yep.
I just blame it's radio propagation. That's the way it is.
Yeah.
And I'll just get people in the US or Canada.
Yeah, fair.
As long as I make the 10 contacts and 11 just to be sure. I'm happy. As long as I have a good activation, I have fun, make all the contacts I need to, I'm happy. So.
I tell you, I've had a few activations where I didn't get 10 contacts. I don't say failed activations because I think anytime that you go out and you're enjoying ham radio, that's a win. But I've had a couple where things didn't go my way and was frustrating, but they're all like Donnie mentioned with the wiring melting down, right? It's a lesson to learn. You make a correction, you move on and go to the next one. But
especially if you lose power, something power related, definitely you want to make sure your batteries are always charged up.
Yeah, I've had
2 activations with battery failures, but luckily one I had a spare battery with me that was already partially charged, so that was able to finish off the activation. And then another battery died after I had made at least 15, probably more contacts. So I was like, well, that's the end of the activation. There we go. I still activate the park. So but you learn that you should always make sure your batteries are charged before you go out, or other equipment too.
I haven't had any epic failures, but I do hate it when I forget my little keyboard and all I got's like my iPad or my iPhone, and I'm having to use, having to finger in the contact and trying to do CW at the same time. That's horrible for me. It's like my own little personal hell. So I really enjoy having my little keyboard to speed type, or else it gets real difficult.
Absolutely. Get a backup and put one with your gear and one with just in your car, like in or truck somewhere out of the way. So it's like, oh yeah, I have another one.
Yep. Great idea. Hey, what's been your most favorite place to go to? What is your best destination that you've been to so far?
That's a good question. Honestly, it's been like some of the surprises that we didn't really plan for, didn't expect to see. I just dropped a Parks on the Road episode actually last night that has some footage of the Arkansas Grand Canyon. It's kind of the unofficial name. We drove up Scenic Byway 7 in northern Arkansas. I don't know if any of you guys have ever been up there, but we took it by accident because we don't like to travel on the interstates if we can help it. We try to take the back roads unless it's going to be too far of a drive or whatever. So we just went that way, not knowing what to expect. And we got outside of Jasper, Arkansas. And just before that, they had some of the most amazing scenic overlooks that I have ever seen in my life. And the cool thing was that we didn't plan for it. It was just a complete surprise, a complete accident. But it was stunning. I mean, we pulled off to the side of the road and it popped out my drone, and I had to fly it all over and grab footage of that. And I just couldn't believe what my eyes were seeing, The last time I felt that was the first time I saw the Grand Canyon. So that was really cool. But I mean, mostly it's just getting a feel for places that we've never been to before. Like the Branson area was really cool. It was a bit of a paradox because Table Rock Lake is so beautiful and the Branson Strip is so not beautiful. I mean, there's like a huge. I mean, I guess it is in its own touristy kind of way. Yeah, exactly. But the contrast was pretty impressive between those two things.
Neat. So. I pasted a link to the Arkansas Grand Canyon in the chat. Question in the chat, Donnie, are you guys going to be on Huntsville?
I don't think we're going to be able to make it to Huntsville.
All right.
Unfortunately.
The man's on a mission and a time schedule.
Yeah.
It's got to line up. Yep. How about Hamcation Orlando in March? Does that line up?
It doesn't.
Oh, because you're heading west by then.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in California or Utah or something like that in March.
That's the way it goes, people. That's why I haven't been to. This May was my first one, and that's why it's just got to line up right.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you had fun, Mike.
I did. My roommates are a little screwball, but we had a good time regardless.
I wouldn't trust those guys anyways.
There's your drone footage, Donnie.
Heads. Well, I think he knows what these drone footage look like, but yeah. Now you got to get a copyright strike, Brian.
What's that?
He said, now you got to get a copyright strike.
You guys are going to have so much fun, Donnie. There are so many surprises out there like that for you. I'm pumped. I'm excited to see you guys go through this whole journey, because there's just so much stuff like that. Places you didn't even know existed. And, then there's the ones that you do that'll still knock your socks off. It'll be a blast.
Yeah. Is there anything that you're looking forward to seeing or being at?
I mentioned all the Revolutionary War history. We're definitely excited about that. I'm excited about going to national parks that I've never been able to visit before. It's like Acadia. We're going to try to hit as many parks in California as we can. Definitely Yosemite, Sequoia, and all of those. So those are the things that I'm really looking forward to.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah. So you had mentioned kind of the surprise trips. Orlando this past year, I drove down here from Indiana, and I wanted to swing through some states that I have not driven to, at least from a POTA perspective, just so I could mark those off. So I cut across to Ohio, but instead of taking the interstate, I took a state road, scenic parkway through basically the southern half of Ohio, which was really neat. And then got on to 77, I think, in Virginia. Drove all it was a parkway. It was a toll road, up and down through the mountains and everything, and then into Virginia. So then I got to go see some colonial Revolutionary War sites that I activated on the way down, and it was a fun trip. And it took me about 2.5 days of driving that I wasn't expecting to do. Well, I mean, I was expecting it, but not really wanting to do from that standpoint. But all the payoff of the trip made that drive worth every bit of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why we're doing this. Honestly, it's the adventure, the surprises, the unexpected stuff. Makes it all worthwhile.
45 is correcting Kevin and saying that Hamcation is in February, not March.
Yeah, mid-February.
I'll have to change that in my calendar, make sure I don't miss it.
There you go. Right on.
Have you ran into any other activators that were at the park and knew what you were doing?
I haven't. I keep expecting to run into people, but like a lot of the parks I activate, after I upload my logs at POTA.app, I see, oh, this person they were here yesterday. They were here this morning. I missed them by like 2 hours.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Now, are you guys rocking the Starlink, or are you just doing cellular?
Starlink.
Yeah. Pretty amazing, didn't it?
I have a Starlink Mini. Yeah, I was an early adopter. I bought that like the week it came out and overpaid for it. But it's been amazing. It just blows my mind that we actually live in a time when you can have satellite internet like that and take it with you anywhere you go. It just blows my mind.
Yeah, I'm about to fire mine up for Huntsville.
Yes.
Yeah.
Except when I get there, I hear there's so much canopy, you're not going to get a signal out.
That's going to be a trick. That's going to be a trick.
Well, so last year, the only campsite that had open sky to get some decent Starlink, I know the guy. It was me. And actually, Lou, Hiking and Hammond, was in the next campsite over. He set his up there and, just wireless linked it back to their stuff. But it was still a little choppy, but not bad if you were watching, videos or something like that. But the uplink was just not there.
Yeah, I've noticed that they're doing a much better job with attaining satellite acquiring through canopy, not canopy, but partial skied overhead. It's doing a little bit better each update. I think they get a little bit better, but.
Yeah, it used to not work at all. It would basically kill the thing. But we had a pretty good canopy the last place that we stayed near Galena, Illinois, and it worked great until I tried to upload a YouTube video, and that took like 6 or 7 hours. But yeah, I started it off and went to bed. But the experience of streaming and whatnot was great, even under the canopy.
Now I want to remind people that the standby mode will get you through your activation. You can use it and can hook it up with the Ham2K or whatever logging app you can use. The standby mode works just fine for downloading contacts, seeing contacts come in with their names and locations when you're doing activations. So you don't have to be paying the big prices. As long as you're stationary, you can do a parks on the air activation and get that QRZ information into your logging app. So that's $10 a month. So
Jody mentions now that they've got enough satellite density in there that to keep it so you don't need a motorized antenna. So I'm assuming that it helps with the canopy where they've got more satellites where it can peek through the leaves when it can.
Yeah, we got ours in 23 or 24. I can't remember exactly which year it was, but it's improved quite a bit since then. We used to have to be really sensitive about the tree canopy, but even last year when we were in the Pacific Northwest, obviously trees are an issue, and it worked pretty well in situations where otherwise I didn't think it was gonna.
Wow. I just noticed the time. We've got about 9 minutes before Hamcation starts. Want to go ahead and run down the 8 minutes, apparently. I guess I wasn't measuring in Canadian.
Metric.
Yeah, in metric. Donnie, you got anything coming up on your channel? Anything that you want to promote?
Just the Parks on the Road series. Every couple weeks, I release a new episode. I have a playlist on there that people can check out. That'll take them through each episode in order. So I have 3 videos up there now. More coming on the way.
Awesome. Vince, how about you?
Dude, tomorrow I have my article hitting qrpr.com on my 500th successful Canadian POTA activation. Can I take a minute and share a screen?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, let me share screen here.
Conversion rates on Canadian POTA activations.
Yeah,
is it 1-to-1 or?
It's 1-to-1. So
1-to-1, okay.
On Sunday, I was out at 7,800 feet. Thanks, Brent. At Sunshine Meadows. It's the top of the Banff Sunshine Ski Resort. And you can go up there and walk about, and you see 3 beautiful lakes just like this when you get to the observation deck.
Nice.
Wow.
Now, I set up my AX3 on the railing with permission of the staff, only to discover that because there's a solar panel and an inverter and a webcam pointed at those lakes, I had an S9 noise floor. So I had to move up the trail to a little bench, and it was absolutely stunning. At that height, you can see the top of the chairlift there. So you take a gondola up, and then you take a chairlift up, and so you're riding for about 30 minutes. Here's some of the scenery I saw, and you can really see the bend in the trees from the predominant wind direction up at that altitude. Just more scenery. They forbid you from going off the trail. You can't deviate, right? Because it's a sensitive environment. And indeed, 4 weeks earlier, this was covered in meters of snow. Thank you for your compliments, Mark. Here's some beautiful mountains. I don't know which way I was viewing. This could have been to the east, north, or west or something. Probably to the east and north. It's the right way. Mm-hmm. Here are some more Rockies. There was some smoke in the air happening on that day. And, part of the path on the way back, you can see the chairlift. And now you can see some of the ski resort here. There are 7 chairlifts or something in addition to the gondola, which takes you to base. It's a huge ski resort. A lot of bowl skiing there. I never did ski there when I did ski, and I really miss it too, I might add. So, here's the mandatory Ham Radio workbench ugly selfie with a pencil in the teeth, because that's how we roll. And then I had a moment, a bad moment of fear, because I've always ridden chairlifts all the way up when I was skiing, and I've ridden gondolas before, but when I ride in a gondola, I always face the mountain because I'm afraid of falling. It could be that I'm afraid of the sudden stop at the bottom, but I'm not afraid of heights. I really love the view from up high. So I got to this point, and all of a sudden, I don't look scared at all in that photo, do I? So look,
your butt cheeks are clenched.
Oh yeah, there totally was a whole bunch of sphincter tightening going on.
Yeah.
So look, tomorrow when you read the QRP article, there is a link that I've embedded to a funny little video I took right at that moment that says, "No, I'm not scared at all." Anyway, hey, that's what's going on in my space, man.
Jody's congratulating you and said he thought you would be more tan.
Thanks, Jody.
That trip up there.
Yeah.
So
and there we go. So anyway, I got to go back. I got to go hiking around the lake or something, and take my radio again, of course.
Awesome, Jeff. How about you?
Oh boy, working on another video. I don't know if I'm going to get it done this week or not. We'll see. But I got some other stuff I'm working on. I got 3 projects sitting on my desk that I need to start working on, and I started a 4th one. Now that's going to take some time. That's going to be an unnamed project as of right now, but yeah, that's what I'm working on. And if you haven't caught my last video, you should go check it out. It's block rocking beats that you'll love.
Mike, how about you?
Well, we've been stationary since I want to say late March, and that's about to change. We'll hook up here in a couple of weeks and start making our way down to Huntsville. So that's exciting. There's a lot of final preparation stuff that I'll start working on once I get back home from this trip to start working on the RV. I think I may have come up with the next big exciting idea for Parks on the Air. Look for that here in the next month or so. I'm working on that, and there's new employment, particularly in my future. So that's exciting. That'll help me keep traveling in terms of, obviously the financial improvement, but this job will also require traveling at the same time. So more on that in the future, but big things coming.
Interesting. So you're in a couple of weeks, you're hitting back on the road again. Is it just a short jaunt down to Alabama, or are you going?
No, it's like
you guys
12 hours. It's 12 hours. So that's a good jaunt for us with the RV, but we'll just travel the weekend before the show, and then we'll be on Montesano for the entire week.
Okay. I guess what I meant to say was, are you going to start from there and then continue on for a while, or are you going back to the Missouri area?
No, we'll be on the road constantly till probably. We haven't discussed that, but probably next late spring we'll be back in Kansas again. But we'll be traveling constantly until then.
Awesome, Brian. How about you? What do you got going on?
I've got a video that's going to release probably Saturday. I did a camp out at the Bourbon State Fishing Lake in southeast Kansas, and I have a solution for solar panel, EcoFlow 400 watt solar panel that I use. So there's a problem solving part there. Did some satellite contact stuff and a little bit of POTA, but mainly it was camp out, and yeah, I'm going to have it out here shortly, hopefully on Saturday.
Awesome.
Sam, what do you got coming up, man?
Well, last Tuesday, I put out a video on a microphone for QRP radios that has a switch in it that flops the wiring around, so you can use it on most of the QRP radios that use the TRS, tip ring sleeve jack for external microphones. So nice. KX2, KX3, Zbit X, True SDX, the Pebble HF, all of those type of QRP radios. So one microphone covers all of your radios. And so you could take a couple. You don't have to keep a couple different microphones with you, or use the built-in microphones on some of those radios, which aren't the best, by admission of the manufacturer. So this gives you a little bit more opportunity. So that's what's going on with me. I think next week we have, I believe next week is Forrest.
Yes,
Forrest.
I'm looking forward to that, man.
Yes.
Forrest.
Yep. So
Right on.
look for that. And I think we need to get out of here. The Ham
Nation.
Ham Nation is next. So let them know that the guys from the kids table sent you. And everybody have a great night and a great rest of your week. And everybody. And Donnie, stick around after.
I pasted the link to Ham Nation in here, and I scroll back a little bit. I pasted the link to me talking through clenched butt cheeks.
All right. See you guys. 73.